First of all, thank you for choosing my topic. So this is a really unusual one, right? I've prepared many presentations, standard ones from project management perspective, for stakeholders of any level, more standard ones. This is really unusual view, let's say, on a project management from Agile perspective, and some, let's say, based on my experience, interesting points. Okay, thank you. Okay, short agenda. So I will answer a question, when does a project really start? And then I will go through feelings, actually a bit different angle to understand how feelings can help you to build Agile values. So let's start with this question. Unfortunately, this is quite a big audience, and just this is an open question, like think yourself, right? When does a project really start? Have you thought about that? Just think a bit, and probably I will, if I ask many of you, I will get different answers, because it depends, right? The right answer, it depends. So, and it depends on two things: timing or moment, and roles. So usually any standard approach, we know concept, planning, execution, closing, and it's not even about Agile or waterfall. It's usually you cannot start any Agile without an idea, sprint zero, whatever. You need to do some planning, plan some resources, then execution, we know iterations, sprints, all this stuff, and closing. So, and if you ask, for example, business owner or a shareholder, when did a project start for you? Usually the answer will be, when I've been on holiday in Thailand, I've got an idea, or I've been on conference, I've just been chatting with my friend. So this is there for that person, for that, let's say, role, project started. So if you ask project executive, IT director, Scrum Master, or project manager, it will be a very formal answer: when I've got a project charter, right? Or when I've got a direct order from my boss. Very easy. And when you ask any member from delivery team, then you start a project, or what you think about then the project started, when I've got a task, right? My particular task, or when I've joined the team. This is where the project starts for that particular person. So try to take this. It's a bit incorrect one. So, sorry, a bit technical, I think, difficulties here. So the idea was here to show, so here should be like transition from this point of view, concept, planning, and execution, to strategy, project, and task level. And that's why this is very important. Then you are communicating within your team, within the project, that you have to communicate all information from the bottom to the top, and from the top to the bottom. Because any person who joins the project, for him, it's just started right now. And for project manager, for example, who inviting people to his team and starting delivery, he knows already a lot about that project, but those newcomers, they don't know anything about that. That's why this is very important to understand that for you, it's everything clear, how to deliver, what to deliver, and so on. For them, it's not, so you have to share this. So, let's talk about Agile values, base Agile values. And I'm not going to talk here about these four canonical ones, you know, all of them. But I would like to talk about these two, trust and respect. These two values were actually just mandatory for a well-performing team. Without these values, I don't know how actually you can being Agile and delivering an Agile way. So what is trust? Predictability and reliability. So when you can predict something, and when you can rely on someone, you can say, I trust him, right? Respect, character, a bit shady, and competence. Character shady is because, actually you have heard about this, character cannot be changed. That's it, that people they have their own character. Competence, this is something we can deal with. So here, the main question then, how to ensure these values are in place at the beginning. And I'm specifically not saying at the beginning of a project, at the beginning for someone who joined the project. Because as you've seen, from the role, from the timing, everyone has its own beginning. So the answer, based on my experience really, 3 examples show what is predictability, how to be reliable, and what is a good competence, right? So how feelings, this is the connection I'm trying to translate here, how feelings can help us to build those values. And first of all, when a person is coming to the team, yeah, it's a bit different version, I believe, of your PowerPoint. So when person is coming to the team, he has to feel welcomed. The second one, he also has to feel excited. And the third one, recognized. Having all these feelings together, you can achieve actually these 2 base Agile values. So let's go deep dive a bit to these feelings, but before going to them, I just want to emphasize that the importance of welcoming in Agile, because you can see, and you've probably seen that picture, like Agile is more faster, and especially in startup phase, which is 80% shorter, but what does it mean from feelings perspective? You cannot change the first feeling, right? And you have to be more effective, you have to be more careful with feelings of people, because you are welcoming them, you are doing this onboarding stuff and so on, and it should be provided well. So, welcoming, who can influence welcoming? Usually HR, meetings, greetings, things, Scrum Master, Project Manager, and Line Manager. So how to? This is really what I noticed. Then people coming to the company, this is the last what he would like to do is sign all these documents and bureaucratic procedures. So here, just a good suggestion, try to provide all these documents in one go. Just sign all of them, half a day, whatever, and forget about this. Well prepared in advance. This is very important. So please have this newcomer checklist. I know it sounds easy and common, but really it's, in many places it still struggles. So have this checklist, what access needs to be done, where to get hardware, badges, and all this stuff. Really this makes our feeling as welcoming as someone been waiting for me, right? So about this proper kickoff, this is also specific. It's or sprint 0 or kickoff in waterfall project. This is really important. Just bring all team together, talk with them, introduce each other, present goals, why we're here, what we are going to do, and so on. This is important. Not important for you as a project manager to have a checkbox as a delivery, but as a team, especially if it's a new building team, right? Small things matter. Just to let me provide one example from my experience. In one of my projects, I've been waiting for analyst coming on site, and I've prepared, of course, all newcomers checklist, access, everything was fine, and I thought, okay, the analyst, what we will be doing? Okay, doing some analysis, probably drawing some pictures. Okay, I need a whiteboard. Okay, it's in a place. Okay, what else? And I thought, well, probably just a piece of paper and some pencils would be good stuff on their table. And I put that. And then when guys came on the place, they set it up, and they look around and said, well, probably you're a good project manager. I said, why you think so? They said, because nothing is missing. Everything is in place. We don't have any questions. So this was kind of recognition, really, because I was thinking a bit. So the message here for welcoming, make a person feel that you were waiting for him, and you will get this predictability. You will show as an example that in this company or in this team, or at least in your environment, everything is predictable, and this is something what we expect from you. He will learn later, because he will see how it was done, and actually he will transfer that later. Next one, excitement. So after welcoming, we have excitement. So managers and leaders usually embodies well, I don't know how in your companies, in our companies, every newcomer has a buddy, we assign him, and he shows and helps. So how to? Oh, that's specifically like what? An environment. It's important, and I will start about environment. So all this office ergonomics, like, okay, you're welcomed, well, that's okay. You came to your desk and it's a bit small, it's not adjustable, chair is not comfortable, and the feeling like, well, I will working here for half a year and it will be like that. You understand the feeling, right? Probably something is not okay here. Do I want here? Probably not. So this is really important. And all this fancy stuff like PlayStations, football tables, and all this stuff, it seems common already in our environment, but it still provide you an element of excitement because, first of all, the feeling coming, okay, there is a place for amusement here, so probably there is a time for free time to do some gaming, okay, and there is a free time here. That's a feeling, right? The people can enjoy here. And this is important. And at least they can go to their friends and say, oh, in our office we have a PlayStation. That works. So show right or fair management. This is important, and especially for managers. It's very common and very easy to see that some managers have kind of favorites in their team, or they're taking decisions based on, let's say, not logical arguments or something. And from the side, it seems like something is not okay here. Something is wrong, right? So, and this is important to show that, because if it's unfair, so just again the feeling. So what will be next, and how we will treat my performance, how we will evaluate me later. Of course, be helpful. This is more about bodies. Because when you will be helpful, you again will show an example which will be translated later by that person. And team building events, you know, after very good team building, you know whom you can trust, rely, and all this stuff. So you really get more into the people. So the main message here, make a person rely on you. So, and you will get reliability. This is a sub-value of Agile. So the next one, recognition. Again, who can influence that? Scrum Master, project managers, and of course, team members. How to do that? Again, this is my experience. Unconditional respect. Then someone is coming to your project, just respect him without any questions. You practically know nothing about that person. Well, probably HR knows a bit, probably you maybe interviewed that person, so you know a bit, but this is just the beginning or top of the iceberg, right? So unconditional respect from the very beginning, and tolerance to fail. I do mistakes, you do mistakes, why he is a unique one, right? So probably he will do some as well, and that's normal, even he can learn from that. If possible, provide a freedom to choose a task. First of all, you will understand that person's preferences, right? And you will see how he's delivering. And secondly, if actually he fails, of course you have to apply this tolerance of fail, but if he fails, you also can do some conclusions, right? Maybe next time assign different tasks. So this is already information, because this was his choice. And you will see how he is dealing with that. And try to understand his personality and discuss with him behind work, right? This is not about his skills, but really about our hobbies, interests, and so on. Because you will see that later it will help you also. And it will help him to be recognized. So the message here, actually, to make person to show his skill set. Not only profile or professional ones, but also his background in life. Many of us have many hobbies and other different stuff, kayaking, cycling, and whatever, and you're not the one. So these are connecting dots. So, yeah, I know how it will work right now, but let's see. So, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. Sorry about that, probably different there. So the idea was just to show you visually, from visual perspective, how welcomed goes to predictability, excited goes to reliability, and recognition goes to competence. And in the end, actually, yeah, just it's the wrong one. And in the end, it all together will help you to achieve common goal. So you remember this one, the question, when does project really start? And you see, oh, that's a correct one. Okay. So next time, think, when does a project start? And start building agile values through feelings. Because you see these ones, yeah, this one. They can be applied in any phase, for any role, and it's not from your perspective, it's from that guy who is coming to your project perspective. So it's applicable to a newcomer when he joins the project, start playing with these feelings. And the last one, just remember, karma strikes back. It's a bit different wording, but what I want just to finalize. What values you will plant, such a team you will get. Thank you.